So, you're currently in Spain, and I would love to know, for those who don't know, a bit about where you are in Spain, why you are there, what brought you there, and the beautiful space I see you in, the temple that you've created, the land project there. I would love to get a better understanding if you could share with folks that are watching and listening about what you've created there in your own little corner of the world.
I'm looking out right now at the Pyrenees Mountains, which are incredible. They're snow-capped, beautiful. Aragon is a magical kingdom and full of wild rivers and castles and monasteries and abandoned villages that are falling apart. And one of the things that really attracts me about this place is that Mother Nature is coming back, because there was a mass exodus of people in the 60s, and since then the forests have returned, and there's these abandoned villages where trees are coming up through the roofs of these old stone houses that are hundreds of years old, and it's beautiful. I find it beautiful. The project is called Finca La Buixeda, and Buixeda, it's the historical name of this property, which goes back hundreds, if not thousands of years. It was really serendipity or synchronicity, or maybe plain stupidity on my part. And before even coming to Spain, I put a deposit on this place, and I just knew that this is where I was gonna plant the seed for real. And so the last almost 4 years now, I've been working on it. It's 100 acres. It's a huge property. The main house was in ruins. Wow, when I got here, I was like, what the hell did I just do? And I was like, you know what? You can do this. You've wanted to do this your whole life, you know? And kind of what you're talking about, you just have to do it. You just have to do it, and you have to just follow your dream. The this is it, you know. This life is it. Um, might as well put it all in. So I put all my cards on the table, put all my chips in, and here I am. And so now the house is renovated. We're hosting retreats, workshops, trainings, a lot of things that have to do with connecting with people, connecting with ourselves, and working things out, connecting with nature, and really feeling how, when you walk into a forest with your bare feet, how therapeutic it is. I'm passionate about the human spirit, the creative human spirit coming together in community, in nature, and seeing what happens. Kind of just creating a container for creative expression, for real self-knowledge and understanding, transformation, and deep connection with ourselves, with each other, and with nature, and the beyond. I remember 20 years ago, I was doing my master's in Amsterdam, and I just had one of the worst cases of depression. Um, and I ended up dropping out of my course, dropping out of the university, and buying a one-way ticket to India. And that changed my life forever. I started living in these ashrams, and then spiritual and hippie communities, permaculture places, and just seeing like, wow, there's a whole other world out there, and there's other paradigms that are so much better. It's important for people to sit in the forest, to just sit in the forest and not do anything. And just like breathe, feel the rhythm of the seasons rather than the rhythm of, your incessant thinking, like see the leaves slowly opening in the spring. If you can have that, that is, you're fortunate. You are fortunate if you can sit every day and watch a leaf open. Um, it is just miraculous. And what it does for us, like how it slows us down, how it cures that anxiety. About your other question about the transformation that people receive when they come to La Buixeda. I want to give you an example. The other day, we had a gathering, and we have often these community gatherings. So people come and we eat together, and we sing together, and we go for a walk together, we meditate together, and we have some sharing time. And then at the end, we have a closing circle, and and I just hear time and time again people saying, I came in this morning feeling really down, really sad, really angry, really frustrated, really contracted, whatever it might be. And now I just feel so open and expansive. And some people say it gives them purpose and meaning and hope, that people can do this. Humans, real humans can come together and connect. It's like you would think it's the strangest thing in the world. So yeah, and then people have stayed longer and come for retreats and stayed for like mentorship and karma yoga, and have had deeper experiences here. And to see them growing and learning, and because nature has a slower rhythm, it's really important to stay somewhere a while often, and just to let the experience expand you little by little. Like, yeah, it's great to have like a 1 day workshop, and it's really great to have a retreat that's a couple days, but like my real passion is sharing experiences that go for 1 month or longer, where people can come and really expand into the experience and untangle things. You have to, the web that we have, the mental knots. And this last year almost, I've really let go of the pressure that I put on myself, that I need to do it, that I need to make it happen. And so I'm just letting go of control. And you spoke to this as well about, this need to prove ourselves sometimes. And I see that in myself, like how often in the past, I felt like I would needed to prove myself to others. And this last year has been such a healing journey in that regard. I realize I don't have anything to prove to anybody. Um, I'm good. I'm good as I am, as this is. And
So yeah, what kind of guidance would you give someone who, at any age really, who's about to embark on something or has ideas of something a little different? What to tap into, what to listen to, what to trust? What guidance would you give to someone who wants to live a life a little less, a little different perhaps than what's being presented before them?
hmm, yeah, great question. I think it's really important that we all spend more time getting to know ourselves and separating what we think we know about ourselves and who we really are, and I can speak for myself. Like I've received a lot of conditioning as a child of how I should behave and what I should dream for and what I should create and how I should live my life and how I should behave. And it's so easy to believe those stories. And before you know it, you're going to be climbing up a mountain It's not yours. And and that's great because it's a learning experience. And I've climbed up a lot of mountains and I've spent a lot of energy and I've realized those mountains aren't for me. And I think that's part of a crucial part of the adventure of finding yourself and where you belong in this life, in this world. That being said, there's going to come a time when you're going to have to climb your own mountain. And and that's going to look different for everybody. Some people are going to need community. Some people are going to need to do it alone. Some people in relationship. Some people by falling and getting up 1,000 times. So just listening to that still small voice inside. And that's where nature really, really comes, it always comes back to nature. Put the phone down, close the screen, sit in the forest, breathe, and see where your attention goes. Like maybe it just follows a squirrel running up a tree. Maybe there's a recurring thought, and you can just sit with that and be okay with that. Maybe there's a deep hunger inside. Maybe there's something, a longing that really needs to be nourished and watered. For me personally, I've needed a lot of time alone, and I've needed some really intense experiences living in community or relationship. And they've both been really important at different times, depending on where I've been in my own process. So enjoy the ride. And La Buixeda is here to accompany people on that ride. So where it's really tailored to people on their individual path without any doctrine or dogma or preaching. It's really just like I want to listen, I want to get to know the people that come here. I'm really curious. I love the human spirit and how it moves through each of these body bags.
Nice. Amazing. Yeah, well said. Beautiful. What a wonderful way to close off this conversation for now by hearing that. Yeah, or maybe each climb our own mountains. And for some of us, yeah, we do, as you said, have to climb other people's mountains for some time before we realize that it's not ours to climb. And it takes a lot of courage and strength to acknowledge that. And some people may look at you and wag their finger and say, no, climb that other mountain, climb that person's mountain. Whereas the courage and strength to say, no, time has come to an end. I must climb my own mountain.